would have provided them with a very important 3 points. Very, very vital 3 points in their relegation struggle. And yeah, Murish, bro. Yo, YouTube style moomish. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag, and you are here with your favorite host, Deshane, and we will be talking about our boys who were playing abroad in today's matches, of course. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the video. If you are new here, we are trying to grow our community and we have been growing quite a lot, so thank you all for everybody who has been subscribing. And getting into today's video, of course, we will be starting off in England and talking about our boy Lal Foster, who was back in action, which is great to see. Getting back and you know, getting consistent minutes, which is fantastic. Although his team in a dire situation right now, you know, just drawing 1-1 with Brighton Hove Albion and a match that they should have won, in my opinion. You know, just Cullen did the work. Aggressive pressing from him ended up in getting a goal that would have provided them with a very important 3 points. Very, very vital 3 points in their relegation struggle. And yeah, Murish, bro. Yo, YouTube style moomish. And yeah, you know, just typical, gets a back pass, tries to trap it. I don't know what type of trapping technique that was. And the ball went through his legs and ended up being a goal, which robbed Burnley of the 3 points, of course, getting a draw at Brighton. So, you know, at this point, it's just unfortunate because a lot of people did want him to have an opportunity, especially because Trafford was appalling in the beginning parts of the season. And now that Muric has finally gotten his opportunity back, and now he's doing these types of things, and you're not justifying it, bro. You're not justifying you being back in the lineup. But he did have a few solid performances, so I guess we can't be too hard on him. But these are the sort of mistakes that are very, very costly, especially in the situation that Burnley is in. And, you know, a few other weird things. First, of course, being deployed on the wing again. Doesn't play bad there, but he is a number 9, right? He is, you know, a centre forward. So you're not really getting the best out of him in that position. I do understand that you do have Bafana there, who has been missing quite a few tap-ins. But I do think that you do get the best out of Lyle when, you know, you put him in the number 9 position. Maybe put them both up front, get a number 10 behind them, and yeah, you can see what you do from there. But I don't think that the current tactics are doing the most for Burnley right now. And if things continue the way they are, they're probably going to be back on the way to the championship. But let's hope not. Let's hope not. And then we're going to go over, of course, to America, where 2 of our boys were in action today, of course, starting over with Hlongwane, who was in action for his team, Minnesota United, who were playing up, you know, the game against Houston Dynamo. And yeah, you know, they fought well, those guys, but unfortunately they did succumb to a 2-1 loss. You know, and they you know, went behind early on and they fought and they did the most. You know, Sang Ben was there, Wongi was there, showed a lot of energy. Timu Puka also tried his hardest. I would say though that, you know, just in the 18-yard areas, just some things weren't connecting. Some things just weren't connecting. There is something amiss there. I do think, personally speaking, if you ask me, you know, the interim coach that was there after Adrian Heath left, you know, Adrian Heath was doing a good job, but the interim coach that came in, he did a good job. You know, in the first few games that started in the league, he got a few wins and, you know, got the team together. They all had a young philosophy that was going on. They fought for each other. And then they got this guy, you know, what's his name? Ramsey or whatever the case might be, coming over, maybe because it's from Manchester United, England, then there's a lot of hype about him. But ever since then, the team, man, is stunted, bro. It's stunted. It's still the same players, but he's not getting the best out of them. He's trying to switch out personnel and do all sorts of things, and it's just not working. It's definitely not working for them. So I think Minnesota United might have made a mistake, at least bringing this guy so while this season has started, and you know, you don't even give him a preseason to get a look at the players, nothing. You're just throwing him in the deep end. So as much as this guy's having an awful go of it, yeah, some of it has to be, put on Minnesota United for bringing this guy in, while the season has already started, and it's going to be bad for them. So we'll see how it goes in the next game. But yeah, it wasn't very good for them today. They did try their hardest, as I said. They did equalize. It was 1-1, and in the last minutes they just went behind again. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And for our next player we're going to be talking about is mailula, of course, who unfortunately did not make it onto the pitch once again today. We did think possibly, since he played the young 10 minutes in the last game, maybe in this game he would get a run out of game, but that unfortunately was not the case. John Herdman did make some questionable substitutions in there, of course, as always. Putting in Bumabik, and you're chasing in the game. You're chasing the game. That's the thing. You're chasing the game, and you're putting in personnel that just aren't necessarily suited for the job. Osorio's on a yellow card. He's really tired. You know what I mean? So, as much as he does his job really well, don't get me wrong, he's tired, and he's not that special of a player, so you can't really rely on him like that much when there's like 80 minutes. What do you expect him to do? You know what I mean? So I think he played well to do it, but at the later parts of the game, especially if you're chasing the game, you want to throw in all of your forwards. Put in energy, and hopefully you'll catch the guys on the counter. So yeah, but the guys did do well. Prince Owusu, we did say in the previous game that the number 9s have been a bit sketchy at Toronto FC. DeAndre Kerr, of course, starting today, but being replaced in the second half. And yeah, Prince Owusu took the opportunity, bro, getting a brace, of course, and doing what a number 9 is supposed to do, just poaching. And yeah, in the previous games he's been getting into the right positions, but hasn't necessarily been able to convert them. So it's good to see in this game him, just coming through for Toronto FC, even though they weren't necessarily able to win the game. Benedeschi as well was putting in a lot of energy, a lot of effort. I don't think anyone can fault just how much this dude tries a little bit too much at times, if you ask me, but you can tell that he wants it. So I think that's a good sign, if anything, that you would want from a DP such as Benedeschi. But yeah, I think John Herdman has his work cut out for him as well. Things are a little bit sketchy. Today's game wasn't so bad. They did try and fight back, but in the overall scheme of things, they are now going on the 3rd game, I think, under us. So yeah, we'll see how that goes and if they can pick themselves up. But yeah, it was a great game at Charlotte, man. It was a great game at Charlotte, and they did try their best. There are some games that are still coming up. Some people like Kabomelo Korisang will be in action later today for Morense. Jabulo Blom as well, taking Sabeleng for Dallas. So we'll have to see how these guys do. We will be keeping an eye on all of those games, even if they are in an ungodly hour such as right now. But yeah, thank you so much for coming through to today's episode. If you did enjoy the episode, please don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and just get the community growing, man. Thank you all for coming. We're on the road to 500, as I said, and let's keep subscribing, and we'll see you again in the next episode of The Corner Flag. I'll see you again next time.